home. What a game.
Take a victory lap, take a bow, and take the headsets off and start to yell.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the ECAC Elite Division. Playoffs are well underway. We are getting ready for the semifinals. My name is Soy. Alongside me is Keela Miles. And Miles, I am so excited to bring you the semifinal.
It's Iona versus LIU, which is very topical right now. Iona was just on last week in the quarterfinals where they had this crazy comeback victory. A lot off the back of Lofts pulling out some of the most insane Mario gameplay I've seen in a while, but that's going to be put to the test here against LIU, who have always been a crowd favorite. They got my guy, who I believe is actually opening up, but they've also got DS Mario Man in the back pocket, also another Mario player too. Like, they got Marios all over the place. So you gotta bring a lot. Palm Tree is the other Mario. You gotta be ready. Because even though LIU has this X factor, this crowd momentum, they can still get pushed to the brink. We've seen it many times before, and this is a very high stakes game, Soy.
It really is. Not only is this a semifinal, but the winner moves on to grand finals, and the top two teams from the Elite Series are going to advance into the Super Elite Division next year. So a big matchup for both these schools, especially since really for both of these schools and these programs, this is the part of the bracket where they've typically struggled, right? In previous seasons or in previous splits, even they go up against typically a favorite of the bracket, a Fisher, a Northwood of some sorts, and they end up falling in the quarterfinals or semis to these types of teams. Now, those teams aren't in this bracket. It is this this is their opportunity to prove they have what it takes to be that championship caliber team and their chance to make a grand final here in the ECAC. We are for series number 1, a best of 5 crew battle here. Got to win 3 crew battles to make it to that grands, and we're starting off Iona versus Long Island. It's my guy versus Pato, a battle of captains.
All right, so we gotta say it every time my guy comes on the screen. This is a losing matchup for Little Mac. It's not gonna look like it. Because for every single time my guy gets battered away, all he needs is one good opening and he can get your damage. But if you successfully wall him out like Pato is doing right here, if you keep my guy from ever playing the game, then you know that my guy is not going to be able to put on his signature fireworks.
Perfect execution on that back air from Pato, catching the jump of my guy. That double jump from Little Mac has to be used really to in order to recover, and Pato right now taking full advantage of it, catching that jump, taking that first stock. But they are at 75% here. This is where things get a little tricky here along the ledge, but on a stage like Battlefield, able to jump around for the moment, but they get down tilt side B. Pato forced to recover once more. They roll back in, get forward tilted all the way across the stage. A lot of use of that side B from Pato is what we're expecting, but a great turnaround back air as well. The up B will get back to ledge, and they won't need the KO punch right now. It will be the forward tilt that answers back.
Oh, this is scary. 16%. That's enough for a KO punch to maybe just kill. Waiting for the air dodge read. My guy doesn't get it. Instead, just bouncing around, trying to avoid these guns, knowing one hit will probably take away this KO punch. Every little chip puts you a little bit closer to the end, and still they're being so disciplined, not pulling the punch early, and they finally get it. My guy's in the lead.
Could not land was Pato. The chase down too strong from my guy, and now it is LIU in the lead, like you mentioned, and they're looking at reversal here. Pato at 21, caught along this ledge. Arsene should come out any second now, but not in enough time for that recovery. Now maybe an opportunity here. They grab ledge to get the back air. My guy should still be able to up B back, but no aerial thrown out. Already threw out the back air, didn't trust the timing, but he'll get the stomp. The down air into the back air will do the trick, and it's one stock apiece.
Uh-oh, but you're off stage. Jump caught. Is this it? I don't even think they make it back off of one mistake. Pato with the instant reaction to capitalize. My guy's off the field, and it's Iona in the lead after the first battle.
Back and forth it went. Pato struck first. My guy answered back, had their own lead, and Pato, again with a quick conversion, catching the small mistake there, the small overstep from my guy. Well done by Pato, and now Iona hold a one-stock lead here, but this is more or less what we've seen from these two teams throughout the playoffs, especially as they've gone on. Very close in the first set, start to pull away a bit more in set number 2 or number 3. Both these teams, by the way, in their competitions recently, their previous quarterfinals matches went to that set number 3. So both are used to these longer types of crew battle matches. But I like what you said earlier. It feels like LIU have that ability to just create their own momentum out of seemingly nowhere. But Iona also have that same type of factor with a lot of characters, including Pato's Joker, that have that ability to pop off.
Yeah, I would call it popping off, but it's a different brand of popping off, a different flavor. Like, Pato was just playing optimally towards the end right there. Something I had, it was very obvious last week in, Pato was in a Joker Ditto. You could see it a lot. Pato was sticking to a very set gameplay. In this, You want to do that. You want to have that game plan. If your opponent is running the Little Mac, you want to grab, throw, back air, back air, back air, back air, back air. And did you notice in that first stock, Pato was using down guns as an approach option? Because realistically, what is Little Mac going to do about it? What's it going to do? But it was in those little moments where Pato slipped, got a little too over-eager, over-aggressive, strayed from that game plan, went down to try and get a landing nair on Little Mac. You get counter hit, you're off stage, you die. So Pato looked for the opportunity to reversal, and then boom, got a stock edge, and overall, Pato, fantastic stuff. Great recovering right there. Once my guy gets the momentum, you don't usually see him lose it.
And on top of that, too, after dropping that second stock, right, the KO punch lands, and you go, okay, he's not at that high of a percentage here. This is a tall task here for Pato. But like you said, able to find the windows, able to find the edge guards and take advantage. So they hold a one stock lead now. We see the name locked in for Long Island. It's Ninja Nick stepping into the ring. I believe Pokemon Trainer was the last character we saw him on, and it will be the PT that they're bringing to the table here. So a battle of the high tiers, to say the least.
All right. No, this is an interesting one for me because Pato's always excelled at that edge guarding. You saw it right there. And even though it may not look at the one place where Pokemon Trainer can occasionally struggle is at the ledge. So Pato can keep them pinned there. I can very easily see them get a stock. But with the ability to wall jump on a stage like PS2, I'm not sure how relevant that factor is going to be. I think this is going to be a lot more about the scrap.
Interesting, too, because we don't see a lot of this stage from really either of these teams, I believe. So we'll see how this plays a factor. Ninja Nick looking to tie things up here. They'll just simply up B out of shield, get a little bit of damage on. Here comes Arsene at low 34% into a dash attack, and this is where things get a little scary. Squirtle, one of the lightest in the game, could dive very quickly to one of these back airs in the right spot. So the switch to Ivysaur here. Pato getting chipped away at. The chase down is on. The neutral air will land as well. Now Pato on the platform for a moment. Good, sneaky back air. They get a second one off, but it's Charizard a little bit heavier, and they up B too early, unable to snap to the ledge, and Ninja Nick drops the first stop.
Ooh. A little bit of a tap right there. I mean, if there is one matchup that Joker can make an insane comeback in, it's this one. I've seen it 1,000 times. If you've been watching Ultimate a long time, you've seen it 1,000 times. As right here, Ninja Nick is showing that not everything follows the same pattern. One down throw is all they needed. Pato DI'd in, probably expecting a fourth throw or something like that. Easy conversion. Right into the up air. Perfect stuff right there from Ninja Nick to stabilize the game plan. But Pato still got a stock.
Pato gets that stock, which means Iona hold the lead, and they get to counter pick here for that second member. Ninja Nick locked in on 2 more stocks of the Pokemon Trainer. So should be interesting to see where Iona go from here. In terms of the lineups, the cast of characters that both these teams are bringing to the table, there's a little bit of familiarity on both sides, especially when you start to go down the lineup. You mentioned the potential for the Mario Ditto at some point. DS Mario main, another one of the big names of LIU, has had a lot of these big performances, right? Against, in the regular season, numerous, 6 stock, 7 stock performances from them. And on the flip side, Lofts on the Mario, which is a more recent character for him, has had a lot of big performances, in particular against Penn State Bayren in that quarterfinals.
Yeah, this has got me thinking where Iona want to go, because I wouldn't mind to see Lofts come out early. I feel we saw Enrique the Pigeon as kind of mixing in and out in the middle position last time, and Lofts usually picking up the back end. But I would not mind seeing the Mario into the PT. I feel like someone who's very grounded, like a Terry, could find some difficulty getting the approach. Now, not impossible, not by any means, but that Razor Leaf, it hurts. It hurts. And you want someone who has a lot of mobility, a lot of the ability to scrap, the ability to edge guard, the ability to approach while applying projectile pressure of your own. I feel like the Mario is the pick here if Lofts wants to make their debut. Aegis also wouldn't be terrible, but I personally like Mario better. That's just me.
in terms of the other characters too, obviously this is a 3v3 format, but so only so many players get to step into the ring. But I know Iona at least have Labando on the Ness, and LIU have their own Ness player in Steven, who we got to see a couple times throughout the regular season. So there's that similarity in that matchup as well. There's a couple other outside picks, couple pocket picks for some of these players as well that are similar. So a little bit of familiarity, but we're seeing that name locked in. We're seeing the Mario on screen. So you are correct. It is indeed Lofts stepping into the ring here as a second member for the Iona Gales. What can they do here against Ninja Nick's Pokemon trainer? We'll find out as we go to PS2. Back at it, one stock advantage for Iona.
If I am Ninja Nick, what I am doing when I have the lead is not holding center, holding right under the platform. Because Pato, if there is one signature of their gameplay, it is the runoff aerials from platform. You are never safe when you are diagonal from a platform against Pato, I'm telling you.
The other staple I remember seeing a lot of too, the number of fireballs we saw Pato use, or we saw Lofts use throughout the first couple of sets against Penn State Bayren. Felt like that was their kind of initial game plan. Just use that projectile, go in, the classic, bait and switch. But right now, great forward air to stuff that out. Lofts is eating a ton of percent trying to go in. 106 right now, and now that the Ivysaur is out, you are in kill range if one of those aerials lands. Now the switch here to the Charizard. Up smash nearly able to take that stock. Grab doesn't land here, but Ninja Nick in really a solid control of this first stock here.
See, the great thing about the fireball, in theory, is that it's a 1-2 punch. You go in, right as you're done with the fireball lag, you can put out an aerial as Mario. However, when Ninja Nick is shielding the fireballs like this, you don't get anything from the fireball. You just get up smashed. That's why Ninja Nick went to the Charizard, because Charizard is the fastest up smash in the game, or one of them anyway. It is ridiculous. So if you're ever trying to pressure them, you've got to make sure the fireballs are actually connecting before you go on in. Otherwise, Lofts is going to continue to get stuffed out right here, hoping to get this edge guard and even things up.
Gets knocked away by the get-up attack. Won't be able to cleanly follow up. Fell out of the multi-hit of that down air. Now he's in again. Interesting strategy here. Like you said, going in, but oh my goodness, he lands it for a third time, and that time around, he'll get the down smash off the back of it. You saw the couple of mix-ups, tried to get grabs off the back of it, but there, the mix-up into a KO move, and he's back in the lead in terms of the stock count here, but remember, it was a one-stock lead when he entered into the ring, so Ninja Nick has still kept this relatively close. Switch to Ivysaur back again, another catch, and Lofts on the platform, can't get the grab.
Pato just trying to get some stage control, avoids that grab, but now you're in a tech chase situation, but it's a bit of a scramble. Ninja Nick can't get much of an advantage as Lofts continues to pepper with fireballs, but Ninja Nick is dodging them expertly, approaching from the ground, looking for that grab. They want to confirm, they want it bad, and it's obvious, but a down throw is all Pato needs to convert. One read right now is all they need, but here at the ledge, Ivysaur thrives, but trying to catch a low recovery, Lofts is not going to let you get away with that.
Ooh, and the bullet seed, that could be punished. He goes for the back air instead, but he can't land it. The second time he will, though. 106 to 117, trapped at the ledge. Switch to Charizard. Forward tilted off stage here. No Flare Blitz incoming. He'll just opt to slowly grab the ledge. And he tried the multi-hit once more, but that one once again gets shielded. And the fast up smash will take that stock. So one stock apiece here, but it's 135 to 0. And he again can't snap to the ledge. Ninja Nick, 2 stocks dropped via the up B, and it will be Lofts maintaining an Iona lead.
Yeah, that one opening match is seeming to decide a whole lot more than that. Pato gave their team the lead they needed, but Lofts, I gotta say, really held in there. Now, Ninja Nick made it difficult for them. There were a lot of times where I felt that Lofts was just not able to scrap whatsoever. But when Lofts did get advantage state, they were able to hold on to it for a while. They were converting a lot better off of advantage state, but once you got back into the regular neutral, it was Lofts who was taking all these stray hits, all these random little tips and taps here and there, and that's what worries me, because with one stock, that's not too great. Sure, you can be explosive. Lofts might get one, But if Loss is getting hit by all these stray reversals and counter hits, then this one stock might be bye-bye.
Especially if DS Mario Main is stepping into the ring. So we might get to see a little bit of that Mario Ditto here. DS Mario Main, again, we've talked about him in the past. One of the standout players for Long Island, has had a lot of big performances for them, but we get to see a little bit of the intricacies of the matchup, how different the styles are. I feel like Lofts, like you said, feels like they're very much so a go-in type of player with these aerials. They want to get things started immediately, whereas DS Mario Main, they can play a little bit more patient and wait for their opponent to make a mistake, because we've seen them get some ladder combos pretty consistently against some of the rest of the ECAC. So here we go. Lofts versus DS Mario Main. DS Mario Main on the standard Mario, and Lofts rocking the Stars and Stripes.
Lofts going down one stock. Can you make magic happen? Here's where it's decided. As Lofts playing carefully around here. I love trying to open with that, but DS Mario made right into the grab. Not playing around whatsoever. Gets caught with a bit of a stray aerial, though, and now, here's the problem. Mario often struggles with little stubby legs, but that's not a problem in this matchup. It's all about the mobility. Can you outmaneuver your opponent? Stay close to the ground when they're going for those rising aerials. Be ready when they're falling back down with more. That is what Lofts is trying to do right now, and they're holding this lead pretty stupendously. Took it to heart right there, not taking a lot of stray hits.
49% on them to the 81 they've already dealt to DS Mario Main, but they get back aired. Ooh, caped as well, but they still are able to roll to the ledge. Good clean conversion there on the dash attack. Knocked way up high, but intercepted by the fireball. Maybe a panic up B, just weren't sure if they were going to end up off stage there or not, but either way, starts to get dangerously close here. Both players now in the red, 91 to 102. That cape could lead to a stock as well in terms of the edge guard, but not this time around. Fireball into Nair will knock him away. Lofts now off stage. Throws at the forward air. Gets caught by the dash attack. Rinse repeat on this one, but the high recovery will get caught, and DS Mario Main will tie up the game at 3 apiece.
3-3 right now, the closest the game's been since it opened up. And this is going to be a very interesting last matchup. Now, looking a little bit at that initial matchup, Lofts kind of dropped the ball a little bit. Like, I don't want to say that. DS Mario Main outplayed them towards the end right there on the recovery, being very tricky. But at the end of the day, it was DS Mario Main who cleaned up on their edge guards. I mean, they got the flood, they forced them out, Lofts burned the resources early, and they got down smash for it. Meanwhile, Lofts had a couple edgeguard opportunities and wasn't quite able to close it out. Now, I understand there were a lot of risk factors when going out there to try an edgeguard, but DS Mario Main being able to evade all those edgeguard attempts, get back to stage, get back in the neutral, is what really gave them the ability to go in for that final edgeguard.
And that edgeguard ability as well, I think, was something that sort of came online later in the series against Penn State. They ran 4 Lofts. So in that sequence, unable to get it done, unable to hold the lead for Iona cleanly. And now we get to see an even 3v3. You see the name locked in. Enrique the Pigeon stepping into the ring. The Terry has been the tried and true all season long. Now going up against DS Mario Main. Feels like this one, I don't know how this one's going to pace out between these two, because both have had their moments throughout these series where they just look unstoppable. But on the other hand, adaptivity is also another key factor for both of them.
Yeah, this is, I almost envision it like David and Goliath situation, not based on like the actual power, but like Enrique needs their hand on them once. Like, Enrique's almost going to play this like a grappler, except instead of a grab, it's a jab. Meanwhile, DS Mario Man's going to be weaving all around, dodging back, throwing fireballs, pelting, looking for their opening, and of course, DS Mario Man's going to hit hard when they get the opportunity, but you've got to stay out of that kill range, because if Enrique catches you trying to swing on them when they have the ability to interrupt with a down smash, or a jab, or a blazing knuckle, that's all Enrique needs to turn the table, set up an edge guard, and get big damage.
We saw Enrique the Pigeon take a couple stocks in that previous series against Penn State Bayern by catching aerials as well, right? Instead of sticking to a more grounded gameplay, kind of beating players to the punch here. It's curious to see what the play style looks like as we are locked in for this first of the best of 5 semifinals here between Iona and Long Island. Back to PS2 we go on even standing. Enrique the Pigeon's Terry throwing up the early pressure here onto DS Mario Main.
Putting on some good pressure, but one down throw, down air, catches that heavy character, and now that's a rising tackle, an opportunity, extending that combo, but Enrique air dodges out. Still though, DS Mario Man keeps up the pressure, and maybe I was lying to you, Soy. This is a regular old brawl.
Just back and forth, punch for punch, and they're both looking for blood. That forward smash read would have likely been the stock. Go now online, down BU's. Great spot dodge, and it leads into Buster Wolf. It won't kill off the side quite yet, but he will survive 101 to 105 here. Still in a dangerous spot. Power Geyser to cover the platform, but he opted to go low. Great tech by Enrique to survive that back air as well. And a good parry, but he doesn't get the punish. It's a multi-hit. Can't get the grab either. Jabs. Now Buster Wolf's the wrong direction, but it was just barely able to escape, and it will lead to a forward smash. The scramble was insane there, Miles.
For the first time this entire series, LIU is in the lead, and Enrique's trying to make things right in the world. As Enrique trying to put on pressure at the ledge. DS Mario Main holds shield for a little too long right there. I would not hate to see more up B out of shield, by the way. Amazing tool that Mario has, fastest in the game, and you gotta be abusing that against someone who's pressuring your shield as much as this. You can't just be rolling away, it's slower.
Gotta be careful though. Ooh, falling up airs. This could be everything. Gets the up B with all that rage. It was so close, but 81% Enrique the Pigeon able to survive. Got the first 2 hits a jab, but the last move unable to come out in time. And DS Mario Main with the step back forward smash and the cape as well. That's the stock. Goodbye, Terry. Goodbye, Enrique. They're down to their last stock here. DS Mario Main up 3-1, and another early air dodge here. DS Mario Main trying to see if he can end this early and in style, despite being in the red. Just a burst through dash attack will clean up that opener.
Okay, DS Mario Main waits. Enrique doesn't overcommit though. I like that. Trying to stay away from this shield, knowing just how much it's going to hurt. Oh, but there's the up air, extending off of these nairs, but the up tilt doesn't connect. Instead, Enrique is able to have one more lease on life, but I'm thinking one more opening is all DS Mario Main's gonna realistically need, Soy.
That falling down air was everything. You saw the move come out. They were going to get even more off the back of it, but instead, so much damage has now already been dealt to Enrique. 98%. Now, we've seen Terry pull off plenty of comebacks, but that time, again, falling out of the up B. This time, they get the 2 down tilts into the side B. Still not enough. They're trying to use this down B as a mix-up to try and take the stock. They nearly died to a down air because of it. Go now online, though. Another way that they could potentially find a way to take this stock, but they get back thrown off stage. Has to find a way. They use the down B, and it actually is perfectly spaced around that up smash. DS Mario Main can't get the timing right, and because of that, it's 1 stock apiece.
You gotta be closing right here, as once again Enrique the Pigeon's able to get back on and goes there, gets 1 connection, 1 go combo is all you really need, but they don't get the power dunk. Instead, it is another scrap, another down tilt, but they don't convert again. 2 misses right now, Soy. Can you get a 3rd and still live? The 3rd time, they are not okay. DS Mario Main, though, still living.
Power Geyser unable to connect there. The down B won't land either, and he jumps back into it. The down air will catch. DS Mario Main clutches up, and it's LIU to take the first set.
The nerves were palpable at the end there as LIU and Iona went at it. Enrique had the fit kill so many times after being down 3 stocks to 1. Don't forget that. Enrique brought that all the way back, but DS Mario Main kept the pressure up. Had some good DI towards the end there. Was able to escape a lot of those kill options, and well, all you need is 1 read. If you get to the opponent to the point where all they need to do is make 1 mistake and you win the game, that's a pretty good place to be, but you gotta be able to force that mistake.
And Enrique the Pigeon, again, a valiant effort on that comeback, but like you said, it was just so much damage had already been done. They were already down 3-1. It's a long road back, and they nearly were able to do it. I thought for a moment that they get that Buster Wolf. Like you said, third time's the charm. I thought that was it, but at the end of the day, the DI and the positioning on the stage, right? If they're maybe farther to the right, maybe they get the stock because of it, but from center stage at that percent, not enough. Good DI, they're able to hold on. So nail-bitingly close between these two for the opener. And that's the way a lot of these sets have gone. Even last week for both of these teams, they dropped the opening set, won the next two in a little bit closer fashion. Iona in particular lost by 2 stocks, won the next set by 2 stocks, won the final set by 3. LIU, they dropped their opener 4-9 against George Washington, then won the next 2 sets by 2 stocks apiece. This time, they're one step closer to that grand final, and Iona now has to come up with the strategy to try and counterpick.
And where do you go right now? I feel like you don't throw in my guy in first again. I feel like that's being a little optimistic with your chances. You want to be able to, because I feel like if my guy goes into, I feel like the only matchup that my guy is happy to go into is kind of Enrique the Pigeon, because Enrique is the same sort of game plan that Little Mac does. Get in close, hit you hard, kill you. So maybe you save my guy for that position where you can counterpick into Enrique the Pigeon. However, that, again, you play into your condition, Enrique is also playing into his. So you got to factor that in. For an opener, I would not hate to see... I would not hate to see Ninja Nick. Oh, it is going to be my guy.
Ooh.
Okay. I was just talking this up. We'll see how this goes for LIU, because my guy, I feel like this is the one player that you want to be fighting right now. Like, revenge reasons aside, this is the best matchup you're going to get in this lineup of characters.
And on the other side of it, too, I was going to mention Iona. I mean, last week against Penn State Bayern, you and I saw Pato was very consistently the anchor in those crew battles. Instead, they opted to lead him this time, and now my guy is the lead for LIU for back-to-back sets, which is also uncommon for the LIU Sharks. So we'll see how this one pans out. Set number 2 underway here of this best-of-5 series. My guys, Little Mac, stepping in the ring against Enrique the Pigeon. And the other thing I like, too, even though you said this matchup could be rough, I've said it before, when you're in these long crew battles, the anchor of the previous series, why not lead with them again? Put them right back into the action. Their hands are warm, their hands are ready, and they're putting up a ton of damage onto my guy already.
Yeah, my guy's struggling to get to the ground right here, and one down tilt. All Enrique needs to finish the stock, and those hard conversions are what makes it scary. But now you're in a tech chase situation. Rolls away, though, intelligent, but my guy's going to remember that. My guy's stacking on some damage, gets to side B. Can they get the finisher right here? No, Power Geyser goes way above.
Ooh, fighting through there, but the armor on the smash attack nearly killed Enrique off the top, but instead a dash attack will knock Terry away. Enrique, low recovery, able to snap back to the ledge though. My guy just barely unable to get the timing on that down smash by the ledge. Now maybe a chance for a conversion. Tried to step forward, and my guy said, no way, no sir. Off the top you go. Tied stock count once again.
But at these low percents, Terry is just too heavy to convert a lot off of a lot of Little Mac's combo starters. Nothing safe on hit except for a smash attack, and Enrique's ready for that every single time, ready to cancel a spot dodge into even more punishment. Trying to get something big right here, tech chase, but Enrique just jumps out of it.
Couple of aerial follow-ups, good side B as well. Enrique, they'll use their own specials to get back to the stage, but my guy's starting to find the catches now. That's a ton of damage. It's almost even, but not anymore. The catch on the jabs, into the up B, off the top goes my guy, so another stock taken down off the board of LIU. KO punch online, he won't need it for this one. And that was the end of stock number 2 there for Enrique the Pigeon. So once again, a tie game between these two on Town and City.
Oh my god, playing clutch, playing close, playing patient. I love to see it, but Enrique goes in from the top. My guy's not ready once again. Enrique's playing on fire this whole game. Can you close it out, though? As my guy is playing very close to center, knows that one conversion at the ledge is all they need, waits for the overcommit by Enrique. Now an opportunity to edge guard, doesn't try to edge guard specifically, tries to catch the option off of the ledge, but instead waits for the air dodge. KO punch comes out, and my guy gets the lead.
Patience pays off. My guy with the air dodge read and so many great catches on Enrique just trying to step forward. The smash attacks taking 2 stocks off the board, and the numerous times just throwing out jabs or up tilts to reset the situation, force them to pick a side to go to, and the follow-up ends up paying off, and LIU now hold the lead here in set number 2.
And this is a turn of the tables right there, because Lofts was the one to clutch it out. Just barely, might I add, in that game 1, and LIU ran away with it. Now, Iona wasn't able to clutch out against LIU in the previous set. Can you do it now when LIU is looking strong? Again, we've seen Iona make these comebacks. We've seen LIU make these comebacks. What's it going to be? Who's the pick going to be? Lofts already committing to coming in right now. None of that Pato stuff. Even though Pato has a proven track record against them, Lofts is feeling confident about eliminating this one stock from my guy before they get too much momentum.
Now, I wonder, too, if the game plan, if these are the typical 3 that we see from these 2 teams pretty consistently. So I wonder if they're saving Pato for that matchup against DS Mario Main later on, or if we'll see DS Mario Main step in as player number 2. Who knows? My guy still hold on to that one stock, looking very dangerous, but Mario certainly capable of dealing with this character. Like you said, did get very close at the end for Lofts, so we'll have to see how they fare here with only one stock to deal with. If they take it, it's back to a tied game, or can my guy extend the lead for LIU?
Ooh, this is scary. This is scary if you're Iona, because if Loft starts losing stocks, I mean, obviously LIU came back, but at the same time, you're putting a lot of pressure on your back half right there. You don't want Lofts to be playing too crazy, but I'm getting ahead of myself. We're still so early in this entire series, Soy. There's so much room for someone to have a pop-off moment. And I remember last time, Iona had every single player have a different moment in the game where it was like, oh, this player is the reason why Iona is winning. And Lofts had one of those moments where it looked like Lofts was the best Mario in the world. And I gotta say, they were using this skin when they were doing it.
They had a pop-off moment in Penn State Bay Ren, but like you said, it took really a key performance from every single player throughout that series for them to overcome Penn State Bay Ren Blue. My guy on one stock here, Hollow Bastion the pick, seeing this more and more as we go along these crew battles. Lofts up in the back away. He's taking a ton of damage here, already up to 62. Make that 79 off the down smash, and he rolls into the up smash. My guy with the reads to take that one off the board.
Full tech chase now, but Lofts can't follow up. Still, though, keeping on constant pressure. Doesn't really matter, though, because my guy's got KO punch. Great reverse read right there, knowing that my guy wants to go behind them, but still one down tilt is all they really need. Sets it up, pops him up. Can you get the finisher? Yes, you can! My guy's taking 2 stocks.
Huge opening here from my guy to get so many stocks off the board. Lofts down to his final stock here. Has to find a way to clean this up before dropping another. And it looks like he might get it here with the edge guard. The cape on the up B will do the trick. So Lofts with the taunt of confidence saying, all right, you got 2 off me. Well played. But you are shut down for this series.
And Lofts didn't even look too terrible, but it was just... You knew how Lofts was going to approach. And my guy was ready for that. Did you see the parries on that first stock? My guy was ready every single time. Lofts would throw out a fireball. My guy would shield the fireball. Lofts would drift in with a short hop back air. My guy was ready for it every single time. And was that partially Lofts' fault? Yes, that was also just my guy being goated. But at the same time, Lofts eventually got it together. Eventually got that second stock was where they stacked on a lot of the damage, a lot of extensions. But again, it was just it's difficult to play in those high pressure environments where you know one interaction is gonna get you KO punch, and that's what happened.
And that's the other key to, I think, my guy's gameplay, right? It feels like you see that little mech on screen and you go, well, just get them off stage somehow, right? It feels like it should be easier. But my guy, with the adaptability they have and their ability to read their opponents, especially on things like tech chases, right? Their ability to capitalize off the back of those, fantastic stuff. And now all of a sudden, it's a pretty substantial lead. Only 4 stocks remaining here for the side of Iona, and a counter pick here for the side of LIU. Where did they opt to go? DS Mario Main was held as the anchor last time. Like you mentioned, they also got Palm Tree in the lineup. Ninja Nick was who we saw step in as a second member in that previous crew battle, and he's here for round number 2 against Lofts.
Yeah, Lofts was able to get some mileage, but at the end of the day, it was the trades that were really detrimental of the entire game. It felt like Lofts got huge openings whenever they got an up air or a fireball or something, but in the neutral, Ninja Nick was shielding every fireball, avoiding all the counter hits, and stacking on a lot of damage in these little like skirmish situations. But there's an opening, like I said, that's all Lofts has needed in the past, and they're playing on fire right now. Pops him up, knocks him out with that nair, but avoids the forward air. Forward smash though on that recovery. Maiga goes high, or Ninja Nick now goes off the ledge with the fireball, catches the jump right there, and Lofts still is barely taking damage, but Ninja Nick is starting to convert.
Back and forth there, very dangerous. Lofts nearly finding the stock, forced the switch to Ivysaur, but now that Ivysaur's out, it's a lot harder for Lofts to get in. That being said, another switch, but he waits it out. He goes for the up B, but Charizard's just too heavy, too low of a percent for that move to kill quite yet. Up smash will not do the trick here. Now another grab here from Lofts. Will opt to go for back throw instead. Flare Blitz all the way across the stage. Do not want to deal with that flood. They'll eat a little bit of damage for it, but another grab here, another back throw. Not from this part of the stage. Charizard's still too heavy, but at 161, one strong hit could do the trick. Forward throw won't do it either. Flood will force them away once more. Fireball catch, but still has the jump. Down smash, or sorry, dash attack will be able to catch the tilt, and they will end up cleaning up that edge guard. So that edge guard game you talked about didn't really come online last series. Starting to find it more here in set number 2.
Yeah, Lofts is playing on fire right now. Back there, though, could seal your fate. A lot of pressure at the ledge right there. Ninja Nick goes so low! They barely get back onto stage. I think it was intentional, but it still gave me a heart attack, but now falling down, you can't avoid it. I respect the effort for Lofts to go for a reversal right there, but at the end of the day, you roll the dice, they don't go your way, you gotta reap the consequences, you gotta pay the Reaper. And that is going to be Ninja Nick continuing this lead, maybe not as strong as it could have been, but still, Long Island stand strong, but only after battling their way past that last stock of Lofts, which was not easy.
Not easy by any means there. Lofts certainly felt like they were starting to gain control and got a little greedy with that up B and end up, like you said, paying the price for it. So Ninja Nick holding a 2-stock lead here, gets to see the final member of Iona, very likely Pato, and you're seeing the name locked in. So the Joker likely to step into the ring here. We have seen Lucina from them in the past, but I'm going to make the assumption here that the Joker will be back, considering that's what we saw in that first set. Now, Joker versus PT, we saw a little bit of this in that previous set as well, I believe. Just only 1 stock, I believe, was the difference, and Ninja Nick able to clean up with a little bit of blood lost in that opener. So curious to see what the adaptations are as we get ready. We saw them go to PS2 last time, and they're going through picks and bans now.
All right. Pato has their work cut out for them. I talked about how Pato looked like they were going to get a reverse 3-stock against Ninja Nick last time they played. Now it's Pato with 3 stocks ahead of Ninja Nick. Now still 2 stocks is nothing to scoff at, but Pato really showed a deep understanding of this matchup, but you've got to hold on, and then you've got to get through DS Mario main too. So Pato has to play with that fire we saw last time. And you know what? No, scratch the fire. We're talking about fire too much. That's Loft's thing. Pato is all about discipline. They've shown... Okay, new character. I'm liking it. I mean, me personally, I love to see a little Lucina action. I do worry, though, you've got to take 5 stocks with this Lucina. She's consistent at winning games, not doing it while keeping all 3 stocks.
Well, let's see what the plan is here for Pato. You know what they say about assumptions. Sorry about that one. The Lucina stepping into the ring here, up against Ninja Nick. We go to small battlefield, too, so a little bit of switch up in terms of the stage selection. A couple of, some variety this set in terms of the number of stages we've gone to. Good backer up the start. They're looking to take the stock very early side B as well, force out from the Charizard of Ninja Nick. And now continuing to chip away. Sword Dance will continue to rack up that damage with the downward angle. They'll use the Dolphin Slash as well. And that's going to be the back air, and that's going to be the stock on Squirtle. Shut down with only 13% on Pato's first.
Oh, you got to avoid that setup, though. And Pato is playing very carefully around these platforms, getting off of them, knowing that they don't really have a lot of stuff to gain from being around platforms, but Ninja Nick does. Goes down, though, and that Dancing Blade's not going to work every single time. Ninja Nick is getting ready for it. Oh, avoids that down tilt, but Ninja Nick not ready for the tech chase. Pato seems to be, especially with the way they're pressuring this platform. Shield Break right there, pushing them to the edge. Fully charged Shield Breaker is not enough right there. One last chance right there, and Pato goes off stage. Opportunity right here, and they charge a forward smash at ledge.
What a crazy sequence, my mercy. Everything going on there, and he wants this stock. He charges another forward smash. It will not land. Gotta play more patient here. That discipline starting to fall out the window here with some of these wild forward smash reads. Goes for the mix-up, though. Tried to cross him up and almost got it, but the timing just barely off. An air dodge from Ninja Nick will allow the Ivysaur to survive, and he's trying to steal another one away here at 83%. Down tilts onto the shield, but only finding the shield here. Another forward gets shut down. Another Dancing Blade, but will not kill from center stage. Looking for the edge guard as well. Charizard low. Ledge Trump didn't get the back air though. The timing just barely off, and he rolled into a Charizard up smash. Now look at the edge guard, but it's the reversal that will knock him into the stage and knock him to the ground. Pato survives.
What was looking like a borderline unwinnable game, all of a sudden Iona kept themselves in it. Pato coming out with a surprise counter pick right there, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. I mean, Pato's taking their consistency with edge guarding, their willingness to go out there, and they've traded the gun for the sword, and it's working out well for them, especially the way they use Lucina's floatiness out there. Not many swordies have that trait, the ability to float out there, wait for your opponent to pick an option, and then you go in with the back air right there. I mean, it's not quite as strong as our Sen back air, but it's stronger than base Joker back air, and Pato's hitting a lot of those. The only downside is you can't just keep swinging with it, and if you have the forward air, that's not as strong as an edge guarding tool. So we'll see how Pato is going to leverage that against DS Mario main, and if DS Mario main is going to stick to the Mario, because Lucina's not fun to play in the Mario, but it's not the worst thing in the world. You got to watch out for the fact that Pato is going to up B out of shield basically every single time, but at the same time, DS Mario main can do the same thing and often catch them because that up B has a heck of a scoop.
It's one of those cases where, you know, historically, right, Mario doesn't typically like the swordies because they outrange him, but Lucina doesn't really have that much of an advantage in terms of that range. It's not as long of a sword, so we'll have to see how this one pans out. Pato's got to drop the opening stock here. We go to Battlefield for this matchup, and we'll have to see if they continue to find ways to get damage and make some plays here. DS Mario main did a good job in that previous set of, despite it being close against Enrique the Pigeon, really being a bit more patient and finding openings, just continually finding ways to rack on a lot of damage. Pato here is out for blood though, and he will potentially get this stock, but he goes for counter instead. Wrong move, wrong input, and it means that there's another chance to survive here. He's able to make it back. DS Mario Main gifted this opener.
Ooh, and gets the down tilt, but no tech chase. At this percent, down tilt is basically a guaranteed down smash if you execute correctly, and it's clear Pato knows this, but they're not able to follow up on it. Meanwhile, DS Mario remains starting to get a little of their momentum back, starting to find their way through the swords in little moments.
Ooh, another attempted edge guard, but that time just too low, not fast enough. 60% on Pato here isn't the worst thing in the world if he's able to take the stock, but he's got to find a way to take it. And DS Mario Main is not going to make it easy. It's chipped out a bit more there with the fireball combo. Maybe a roll in here instead. Remember, there were a couple step back kills from DS Mario Main in that previous set, and he'll find another one here with the forward smash, outright killing from just underneath the left platform, but it will be an air dodge read to answer back. We're back to square footing here of where we started, but it is still a full stock lead for LIU and DS Mario Main.
DS Mario Main playing close to the ground, and this is a great example of why Mario is actually doing kind of well into this matchup. Once Lucina commits to an aerial, there's nothing you can really do to block that fireball. And Lucina's aerials don't linger, they won't clank with it, and now this is really scary. I mean, it is scary. And I understand Pato going down there for the edge guard, because if you're able to find the stock, you are. But then you accidentally do a side B instead of an up B. Happens to the best of us. GG's. And now LIU is up 2-0 right now. Match point to go to the grand finals of the Elite Division of ECAC.
What a huge moment for them if they're able to do so and able to close this series out. Winner of this series, by the way, goes up against the winner of the other semifinal, which is between Illinois Wesleyan, the Titans, and Delaware's Academy teams, the Blue Hens. So that one should be a lot of fun. But here in this set, LIU, they've got the first two sets. We're getting ready for set number 3. And honestly, I don't mind Pato playing the Lucina. I liked a lot of the moments that they had with it. There were moments where it felt like, okay, they're putting in a lot of work. They're potentially able to seal away some early stocks at 60, 70% with some of the edge guards. Even in that sequence against Ninja Nick, the crazy shield break, the pressure they put on the platform into the shield break was very well executed. But then there are also, like you said, these moments where the edge guard is really just back air and that's it. Or they have to commit to something that's real predictable in order to get something done. And that's where it feels like, well, maybe the Joker might be able to get something a little different out of it, but you still have that playmaking ability. So I'm curious to see where Iona end up going, as now their backs are against the wall in this semifinal.
Yeah, this is scary. This is very scary if you are a Iona fan, because you had Lofts playing clutch. You had Pato playing insanely clutch. You had Enrique going 1-1 with my guy, who's been known to 9-stock teams, and it still wasn't enough. They still held on to that lead. And that's where it's like, okay, you've pulled your X factors out of your pocket, and they went straight into the wall. Now what? I honestly don't know. They've all had their pop-off moments, and then, I mean, it's Icarus flying too close to the sun. It's Pato having some of the best edge guards in the game and then dipping too low and SDing. It's Lofts having some insane combos, great finishers, great neutral, and then all of a sudden they slip on an aerial, they go way too far, and then you're just kind of throwing fireballs into a shield. It's a battle of dichotomies right here, where Iona has to clean up a bit of their own gameplay if they want to stand up to LIU, whereas LIU, they just need to maintain this standard, and they've shown remarkable ability to do it, and we're getting a throwback to Game 1 right here with this matchup. It's Pato versus my guy.
I do like this here, right? Long Island said, hey, leading with the Little Mac has worked first 2 times. Why, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. And Iona here, when they had the lead in that previous series, they got Pato against the Little Mac, and it was one stock, but it was a victory. It was a lead for the Gales, and momentum matters in a series like this. Now, both teams are well acquainted with each other. It's set number 3 here. Iona back against the wall to start this one off. We'll start off on Town and City as well, and my guy already trying to rack up the damage on the Joker this time around from Pato.
My guy pressuring the ledge right there, or the platform, but Pato is showing off this textbook gameplay right here. Non-interactive, but it doesn't matter. You try to go over a Rebel's Guard in the middle of the stage, my guy's gonna punish you for it. Even percents right here, and even with Arsene, I'm still a little bit worried, but you can't be charging those smash attacks like that when you know every Joker on the planet is gonna throw out an ability to counter you. Great back airs too. Pato right there is putting on a clinic right now, and you gotta be ready.
That was so scary for my guy. You saw that angle, that forward smash. If that lands, that could have led to another stock. The back air's so well spaced by Pato too. A great move, but gotta be able to execute it properly, and Pato doing so right now, but he gets stuffed out there. Might lead to a chance here with that down tilt. My guy holding stage. Pato, like you said, doesn't want to really interact all that much. They want to chip damage away and then eventually catch my guy overextending. And they both know that here. Platform going away, though, means Pato's going to have to make it back to the stage here. And now holding shield, they'll get the back throw. They'll get the back air as well. No KO punch either, which means that it's a 3-1 stock lead here with 112 on the board and Arsene about to reappear.
I mean, if you're looking for a miracle, Iona, this is it. This is Pato getting the rematch that he wanted, because my guy is not going to be dropping anything, or is not able to get anything going. I mean, Pato right here is getting the edge guard, clean, consistent. This is the gameplay you need to be seeing. Pato, the picture of consistency, is going to get up 3 stocks on my guy. The best opening you could have.
The best opening you can have, and here in the playoffs, it is rare to see a 3 stock at this level. But like you said, clean, concise, and it was perfect for them in that instance, right? Nowhere really for my guy to go to. So many jumps called out in that recovery sequence as well. Again, not a lot of options when you're off stage as Little Mac. You have to use your double jump at some point. Pato is scouting the early double jumps with that back air and stuffing them out. Even if my guy throws out an aerial, Arsene back air is just better. Got all stocks taken off the board there. So Pato, great execution and great job not dropping a stock there, because it did get dangerous too. You saw the little bit of adaptation. Hey, if my guy is, sitting at center stage, Pato's just going to throw out some hitboxes. Maybe he dashes into it, gets a little greedy with the guns downward. But nearly that up B caught, and at 112, that's got a good chance of taking that stock off the board. So even there, Pato aware of it, able to stay around it and clean that up. And now Iona hold a substantial lead in this third series.
And Pato is not an easy person to take a bunch of stocks off of. I wouldn't be shocked to see DS Mario Main come in now. Skip Ninja Nick. I mean, Ninja Nick has put up a good fight against Pato several times, but at the end of the day, you need to be taking down Pato and going on a run, and I feel like DS Mario Main is more equipped to do that, just based on historical evidence of the matchups between these two. You got to get the shutdown somewhere. These comebacks have been made many times before, and there are still 2 players in the back pocket. LIU could close it out, and I feel like if you go to a game 4, I'm just saying, that scares me a lot, and Ninja Nick is going to be the pick again. Ninja Nick must be feeling confident in the Pato matchup, feeling like they've been feeling Pato out. We'll see if they are correct, or if it will be Pato to continue to extend their leads.
Curious to see where we go here. We've seen a lot of stage variety between these two as this series has gone on. They're going to go through the picks and bans at the moment here. But yeah, for this series in particular, like you said, Pato has done pretty well. It feels like if Iona is going to have these big pop-off type of moments, Ninja Nick is the player that they've kind of had them against. He hasn't been able to. Ninja Nick has not really had their moment to shine in this series, but they still have done their job for LIU, taking some stock off the board, making it easier for the stars of the show and my guy at DS Mario Main to really shine brighter on this playoff stage. But we'll see if they can make a name for themselves here in set number 3, have their moment against Pato and bring things back. 3 players to 2, 9 stocks to 6. Iona hold the lead. What can Ninja Nick do to cut into it?
Okay, so Ninja Nick has to play borderline perfectly right here if you want to get back. But I feel like even taking Pato out, like every single player on Iona is clutch, but Pato is clutch in a very specific wall you out kind of way that makes it hard to build any momentum. So see if they're able to get this going. But Ninja Nick is kind of struggling once you get back into the neutral. Unlike in the matchup with Lofts, it is not Pato who is taking a lot of stray hits.
Ooh, caught the roll in with the down smash as well. Dips way down low. Tether won't get there. Counter blocks the Charizard recovery, but there's a quick side B to get back to the ledge. They're able to survive for the moment. Down air actually got around the up smash. Ninja Nick has eaten so much damage in the first minute here. 159 here, and only 64 to Pato. Forward air with Arsene nearly kills from center stage as well. Another Flare Blitz in. Counter doesn't catch, and Arsene about to disappear here. So Pato, a little bit of kill power off the board. How do they deal with this Charizard now at 191? They've got to find a way to find a strong hit. Those back airs could still kill, but they've got to get them into the right position. And it's a little bit harder now because nothing's really going to combo, and Charizard with Rage is ever so dangerous. They knock them away, and the Tether won't snap. That's a neutral air kill, and that's another big stock for Ninja Nick.
Exactly how Ninja Nick needs to be playing, but the Rebels Guard will mean Arsene is online early on this stock, and that makes it very scary indeed. Pato, though, is caught in the tech situation, a little bit tripped up by their own transformation, and now it feels like Pato is trying to get back into it. 1 forward tilt, that's all you really need, but Pato goes low! Is this the hubris we've been seeing? No! But Ninja Nick still holds on to advantage, still gets the edge guard, and Arsene is burning away.
One of the things that Pato has really struggled with that the rest of his team has found windows around is catching Ninja Nick on the switch-ups, right? Between the Pokemon, they've been able to call it out like an air dodge, but Pato, it's not really an option. He has to really go early, otherwise he doesn't have the recovery to get back. Now he gets back aired off stage here, and another Rebels Guard. Almost a footstool in that instance, but the back airs galore here at the ledge. The guns will knock Ninja Nick off to the side, and now another back air. He was DIing away, and he nearly died for it. Low recovery force. Counter again. Great tech there by Ninja Nick to survive. Back air from Charizard won't land. Forward airs on shield are pressuring, but won't be able to find the mark. Ledge from Pato was clean, and Ninja Nick is onto their last stock.
Okay, Pato gets the back air, as always, goes for a spike though, very aggressive. Pato's going for the sweep right there. Ihan knocks Ninja Nick up, jump gets them away, but again, it feels so oppressive to be anywhere in Pato's threat range. Even if you're not getting comboed, you're still taking damage. Ninja Nick puts on the pressure, and it's hard to remember that Ninja Nick was up a stock at the beginning of this.
Back throw, tough spot here. 93%. Guns away. Oh, look at the parries into the down smash. It nearly kills as well, even from center stage. Low recovery here. Pato, can he find another 3 stock? And he will. He will get the drag down, and it's another player off the board thanks to the Joker.
Okay, so game 4. I mean, not to discount DS Mario Main, because in theory, all DS Mario Main has to do is do exactly what Pato is doing to their own team against them, but this is a different beast right here. How do you get through this Pato? That's what's got me stumped. because my guy didn't get the opportunity to do their thing. Ninja Nick didn't get the opportunity to do their thing, and now you're stuck just feeling out for information. I'm curious to see how this matchup goes, because Pato's already got the momentum. I wouldn't be shocked to see Pato sweep through LIU, which would be a very funny turn of events if Pato just picks up the team on their back and carries them on to a Game 4. But we'll see as DS Mario Main locks in right away.
Yeah, DS Mario Main stepping into the ring. These two played at the end of the last set, but it was Lucina instead of the Joker on 2 stocks apiece here. We go to Final Destination, too. An interesting pick, because I feel like both of them have not been shy of the triplats, be it Battlefield or even things like the Town and City. But we're getting ready here for Final Destination, and right now, good combo game started once again by Pato, controlling the stage pretty well, but on the other side of this, DS Mario Main, again, sometimes it takes a minute for him to get into a series, but once he does, he is swinging fully.
Oh, and gets the landing aerial right there, connects with the Nair, knocks them out, but now Pato's got the edge. Oh, nice parry, keeps them in the lead, but Pato is not going to fall into many of these Randy forward smashes right now, as DS Mario Main trying to recover, rolls off the ledge directly into Pato, and Pato notes that it's in their little black book. You gotta be sure you don't do it again the next time, because otherwise it might hurt quite a bit more as Pato gets caught by a back air, pushed away from the ledge right there, but still, DS Mario Main not able to do a lot to force any strong options.
Gotta be very careful around the shield there. But both players in the red. Good back air here from Pato. Can't really go for that edge guard, but the up B will clip. And an air dodge early. Wanted the back air, but he went high for it. Thought he might see another double jump, but not that time around. Neutral air. Rebel's guard thrown out early here. And something that we've seen from DS Mario Main a couple of times is that lingering threat of dipping down low for that edge guard. He's never really pulled the trigger on it. Guns will intercept, but won't be able to take the stock quite yet. Up B's still too fast, too much range on it. Another grab here. Down throw won't kill from center stage. Survivability, a huge name of the game here, as neither player has dropped a stock here in this sequence. 127, nared off stage, and that will be the first kill. The grapple gets intercepted. DS Mario Main knocks Pato to his last stock.
Ooh, and this is where it gets scary. Mario does have the executability, especially when you're playing around the ledge like this. Back air forces you to the ledge. One up air is all they need, and DS Mario Main knows it painfully right now. Oh, trying to get the grab, trying to get some stage control, but it's not going to happen. Pato's not going to let it. Dancing around them with the down guns, but still 195. Back throw still won't cut it.
And at this rate, you're starting to get into kill range of things like the up throw from, the down throw from Joker, but now, gotta be careful again. Edge guard coming through, side B, racking up the damage, and there's the stock he was looking for. Eventually, Arsene back air will kill, so one more off of DS Mario Main. Can he get anything more? At 67, this is certainly doable, and look at the damage already. About tied at it, but now another grab, another couple of up airs, but he misses a chance to punish. Down smash, knocks him off stage, dips way down low, can't get the reversal as DS Mario Main, gets the roll, read as well off of the forward smash, but still, both players in the red here, guns forward, getting the damage online. Those forward smashes are whiffing here for DS Mario Main. He was finding them earlier. This is where things get tricky here. Again, fireball into neutral air. Pato able to snap back to the ledge, play around these corners, so dangerous, so tantalizingly close, but again, from center stage, where do you go? Another up B, back to the ledge, still surviving at 132, and one strong hit for either player is all they're looking for.
Pato knows that one strong hit, and Mario has so many, avoids that up smash though. Pato holding on here, holding on, hope that you can maybe get another stock, and with Arsene on the board, I think it's possible, Soy. Oh, nothing big off the ledge, but the back air will be enough. DS Mario Main stops the bleeding. Now, granted, you have one stock each for each of Iona's other two players, so it's not ideal. But DS Mario Main showed that Pato can be stopped, which even going into future crew battles is very important.
That was a huge stock in terms of momentum for DS Mario Main to take and get Pato off the board there. The fact they were able to hold on with 2 stocks, give themselves that little bit extra of a chance. If it was 1 stock, you'd be thinking to yourself, all right, well, this is like looking at Everest. But now with a 2 stock buffer, it's like, okay, there's a chance. It's still very, very tall, but it's going to be a little bit more feasible now, but it's still very, very close. And I think what was most notable about that series, for me at least, was how long both of them survived at. These are characters that, like you mentioned, have a decent amount of ways to find stray hit kills. I mean, how many times has Pato just kind of thrown out that back air and it sometimes finds the mark? DS Mario Main, so many aerials can kill that back air in particular. But at the end of the day, they were both surviving well into the hundreds. I mean, when did DS Mario Main finally die? At 212-ish when he finally got caught?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was... I mean, it was more than that. It felt like DS Mario Main was living forever, because even though Pato was getting the occasional stray hit, it was not a strong hit, which is a word we're going to be saying a lot. 240 we're hearing from production, by the way. That's a lot of percents. That's a lot of percents. 240 of them, in fact. As now, DS Mario Main is facing another challenge. It's going to be Enrique. And now, here's where... I don't know, we've seen Enrique clutch these out before, but it kind of feels like Pato's game, and Iona players kind of just take turns with who's going to be clutch. So, hey, if everyone's clutch, then no one is.
And here's the other thing to this, too. Remember, the last time these two met was on even footing in set number 1. It was 3v3. Enrique the Pigeon struggled early, was down 3 stocks to 1 in that sequence on PS2, but then brought it back late to really last hit, last stock. So now they've got a full stock advantage. We'll see what they can do with it here on Town and City this time around. So far, a little bit of back and forth. First real opening here from DS Mario Main, but not able to get too much off the back of it here. Still relatively even through the first 40 seconds.
Okay, knocks him up, but this is not what you want to be seeing if you're clutching out. 106, caught by the power dunk. Like you said, that first battle that they fought, it felt like Enrique the Pigeon needing to take some time to adapt to DS Mario Main's playstyle before they got the edge, but now this is not looking good. But a high recovery against Mario is never going to go your way.
Easy cape follow-up into a stock there. 126 now onto DS Mario Main. Can they do with it here? But they are going to get combo. They will die to the down B follow-up. Jab, jab, power dunk, and that is goodbye stock number 2 of DS Mario Main. Enrique looking to close this out if he can. He would love to and gets a little bit of vengeance from that first set. But now the pressure is on. DS Mario Main giving no time for Enrique the Pigeon to get anything set up. Following through with so many aerials. The up airs galore. Now the back air too. Snapping to the ledge. What a parry on that forward smash. That could have been everything, but instead it's now go online for Enrique the Pigeon.
This... At 123, the fireball is not safe on hit. Enrique is counter-hitting off of jumping into the fireball. And DS Mario Main just doesn't have a way to break through that defense.
Oh, turnaround power geyser will catch DS Mario Main, and that will be the end of set number 3. The Gales will stay alive with a 5-stock victory.
What a way to bring this back. What a way. Because, I mean, doing the math, you lose 2 games, and I don't get it. I don't get it. Because both of them are comeback gods, but, like, right now Iona is really making an argument for themselves as, like, oh, we just needed to play better. Like, we just needed to do it differently. But momentum works. Yeah, go ahead.
No, and remember, too, in that first series, right, they had a couple stocks that just ended up falling relatively early, right? A couple SDs from, SDs were from Ninja Nick, but there were also stocks like DS Mario main getting greedy with the up B, right? And or so not DS Mario man, Lofts the Mario, getting a little greedy with the up B in their combo ability. Pato, I believe, just kind of fading too far away and not being able to snap to the ledge with that massive tether recovery. So there were some windows where it felt like, okay, kind of shooting themselves in the foot here. Now that they don't do that in this series, they have a massive lead because of it.
All right. So I feel like the answer, first and foremost, if you're Long Island, please don't open with my guy. Please don't do it. There is one player who is more susceptible than any other to being walled out, and it is my guy. And I don't want to see it. I feel like both Ninja Nick and DS Mario may have a better matchup against Pato, but if I don't want to see a rerun. But also at the same time, I feel like my guy probably wants a rerun to be like, okay, hold on. I can do better than that. When you get 3 stock, you want to go back in for that matchup. You want to see it again. But we'll see. We'll see as we're waiting to see the picks and bans.
I mean,
okay, they're still just running it.
And remember too, like the first opening match between Pato and my guy, it did come down to 1 stock. Sure, it was 1 stock, and it was like a 30% differential by the time that my guy dies at 60 or something like that. But still, it was a 1 stock victory. So it is a very difficult matchup, but it feels manageable if my guy can change up some things, not get caught too many times, especially in terms of that recovery, right? It feels like they can take advantage of it, but it is a tough matchup. And I agree. That's the one matchup in this series with these 3 or with these 6 players that LIU really can't afford, because there is the potential for that 3 stock. And it just makes it so much more difficult, especially when players like Ninja Nick have been shut down very frequently in this series, right? These moments for Iona where they feel like they're gathering momentum, it's been shutting down the Pokemon trainer on top of that to give themselves another chance here. So maybe LIU, maybe the plan is lead with Ninja Nick or save Ninja Nick, shift them around in the lineup here to see where they can get some damage done, where they can get some work done. Because at this point, too, through 3 sets, feels like everyone's played against everyone once, even if it's just 1 stock apiece here or there.
Yeah, it definitely has felt like we've seen a lot of matchups a lot of times, and I agree with you right there. Ninja Nick going in first would be the play. I would love to see it because, I mean, Pokemon Trainer, infinitely adaptable. And more than that, if Ninja Nick does go down a little early, Ninja Nick doesn't usually go down without a fight. They're not usually winning games, but they're taking stocks. And you can give your team an edge. You give yourself the stage counter pick. You can give yourself everything. Or Ninja Nick just clutches out and wins. Ninja Nick is not a bad player. And we could definitely be seeing that come out if that ends up happening.
On the flip side, too, for Iona, it's interesting to me. I think the one matchup they've been actually avoiding is the Mario Ditto. I don't think Lofts necessarily wants to go in against DS Mario main. Not that he's scared of the matchup, but I think it's just that we've only seen it once. They had the option to go for it there, and they like the way that Enrique the Pigeon kind of plays against DS Mario main, the way he's able to find openings, right? It felt like first time they met, very close, very back and forth, momentum swings. Then in that previous set, the advantage that Enrique the Pigeon had meant that he was able to, feel a bit more free to find some openings, and in that sequence, able to lock him down, able to take that second game. So feels like it's now the mind game, now that we're into the kind of long portion of the set, guaranteed a 4th set here and potentially a set 5. There's a lot of back and forth of, okay, what matchups do we want? What's the lineup going to look like here? And it's very, very mind game-esque. And we see those names locked in. And we do see a bit of a change up now from LIU. No my guy in as the starting player for the side of the Sharks. It's going to be DS Mario main going up against Pato.
And I'm scared, Soy. I'm scared for Pato. Because DS Mario Main, they're still in the mindset of, I need to clutch this out. I need to 3-stock everyone. Whereas Pato kind of slipped out of it when he lost. You got to get back into that flow state. Whereas DS Mario Main, even though there was a little break between the crew battles, never really left it. So we're going to see if that little blip in momentum is enough, as already starting to put on the pressure. I mean, this is where it's all decided. If Pato sweeps through DS Mario Main, I don't know what LIU do. I'm going to be fully transparent. But if DS Mario Main is able to put on shows like this, then, well, maybe it's going to be a different story.
Oh boy, DS Mario Main really wanted that stock, and if he had maybe one more hit before that combo starts, it was very likely the demise of Pato's opener, but now instead, Pato gets to survive, and he's tacking on the damage now. 67, 69, make that 70 off of the ticking damage here, bringing it all the way back to basically an even game. But Arsene is about to disappear very, very soon. A counter will get caught. Grab now, back throw. Rebel's guard. Seen that a couple times. Nearly a ledge trump, but no clean follow-up there. DS Mario Main caught by the guns, and now maybe a chance to follow up using the Lofts move there. The down air multi-hit combo through, but it's going to be up B to help them fight back to the stage. Drag down, up smash, and it's Pato to strike first in set 4.
But still, not without significant damage. DS Mario Main has shown the ability to close out these stocks, but these low percents are scary. Joker's got a lot of ability to trade. Edgeguard starting off strong now, but an instant snap to ledge. You can't be falling on top of them with a back air, though. DS Mario Main is going to counter, and it's going to be a stock apiece for the both of them.
Yeah, really difficult scenario there, though. Pato just getting not only thrown off stage numerous times, but the lingering threat of the fireball to be used, had to mix up the timings on that recovery, just tried something a little different and ends up paying the price for it. Still though, very, very even, 33 to 35. Now Little Big Guns will tack on some damage, but Arsene about to make an appearance here on stock number 2. DS Mario Main got the damage. Arsene is here. Air dodge early, but the back air will knock them away for the moment. These aerials have done so much work for DS Mario Main, and the down air will only find air, and that will be a forward smash to punish, and now it's a substantial lead for DS Mario Main.
Yeah, that was a little bit of desperation right there. I mean, the do it again, do it again, do it again. It's funny in theory, but not when DS Mario Main is in advantage, because now they're starting to run away with it, getting some percent stacked on, and if Pato goes down, where do you go from here? Like I've said, everyone from Iona gets their turn to clutch. Someone else is going to have to pick up the mantle if Pato goes down. Big if, though, because we've seen Pato do more with less. But still, though, DS Mario Main's putting on the pressure. Not going to fall for that forward air, and now we have no Arsene, maybe one aerial, and that's it. And you got to deal with DS Mario Main scrapping with you. Ooh, knows the forward air is coming.
That was huge to survive, up to 96%. And the forward tilt off stage here. Clanking, getting a little bit of damage, and Arsene's going to return here. 45% is a substantial amount, especially with the forward tilt too. This could be everything. Fireball, Arsene off the jump now. But the catch on that dash attack again at the ledge. These ledge trumps mean everything. Cape doesn't come out in time there, but now a down air will connect. Another down throw into a forward air. Into the red goes DS Mario Main. He's able to snap back to the ledge, but the fireball doesn't connect, and Arsene back air will kill. Pato clutches up in the opener, and the Gales have the lead.
The full hop was all Pato needed to evade that, and that was so clutch from them. You know what moment really made it? The counter on that forward air. I mean, I don't usually call it a counter as the play of a match, but that counter was the play. Because DS Mario Main wanted that forward air so badly. It was the most telegraphed thing they were doing. If you were at the ledge, DS Mario Main went, oh, I mean, I can't not go for the forward air. And that was called out hard right there, because that's not a true combo. Down throw forward air is not a true combo, and Pato was not getting hit by it. I think they got a forward air spike once, and that was when Pato still had a jump and a tether to get back to stage. It wasn't going to go your way, and now we see Pato with one stock. And who do you send in? Because no one has really shown amazing ability to deal with Pato with a couple stocks.
Ninja Nick has been the go-to player in this second slot, but it has not been easy for them to deal with Pato or I believe it was Lofts in the first set as well. So we'll have to see who they opt to go for if they send in my guy here, which would be an interesting move considering, hey, it is only one stock, but they did get 3 stock the last time they met. So likely Ninja Nick, I think. Typically, if Long Island are leading with my guy, they'll save DS Mario Main for last, and vice versa. If DS Mario Main is in, likely means that Little Mac is the anchor here. And we do see that in this time around. Ninja Nick stepping back into the ring, Pokemon trainer, able to be pretty well rounded. Like you said, has had a handful of struggles, but typically doesn't go down without a fight. And the fact that they only need 1 stock means that there's a very good chance that there's a tie game that's in the horizon for us.
Where do you go? Where do you go right here to make sure you don't drop a stock? I feel like we've seen Ninja Nick get incredibly aggressive before, and catching Pato right at the beginning of the game has proven effective. Pato, usually, if they're going to lose a stock, it's the first stock lost in a game, and then Pato clutches up. So, maybe. I'm just saying maybe. I think Ninja Nick wins these, but how many stocks do you drop? How many do you have to then make up in this deficit? Because if Iona is able to hold this lead, it's pretty scary because we've still seen amazing performances from both Lofts and Enrique.
Pato back to 0 on this first, or on the final stock of theirs in this 4th crew battle in this best of 5 series. They go to Final Destination. Again, another mix-up here, right? We've seen these two play a couple times, but never on FD. So we'll see how that changes the dynamic between these two. Ninja Nick unscathed so far through the first 25 seconds, able to hold shield as well and get Arsene out early, but now he's caught. Will be able to switch over to Charizard, but he's eating a ton of damage for it. Tick, tick, tick goes the side B of Joker. Arsene, it's about half the meter remaining, maybe a little less now that up smash connects, and a good catch here by Ninja Nick as well. Look at a forward air, and down away goes Arsene. That's the intercept on the tether recovery, but an air dodge this time around from Pato. Doesn't want to get caught twice.
Such liberal use of this up smash. I feel like third time's not going to be the charm. You gotta wait for Pato to slip up, smacks him out of the air with the tail. Nair is doing work, and right now you gotta deal with Arsene as well. Iha's gonna get you out of the way, neutral stage position, but one hit from Charizard will be your doom, and they're sticking with it, hoping for maybe one whiffed aerial. That's all they really need. Angles that fire up to get a little more damage, but Joker hitbox shifts. You gotta be ready for the pancake every single time.
They both threw out up smash, and oh, the armor! He got the forward air back air down there, down low, but instead the armor, the up B, gets Ninja Nick back to the stage. There's another smash attack, but it's spot dodged away. No Arsene now, so a little bit of kill power off the board as well. They're able to hold shield, the back air, but there's a catch, and at 160, off the top you go. Up throw will kill, and Ninja Nick ties the game.
Perfect performance right there from Ninja Nick. After Pato swept through you last time, you're able to stabilize, you're able to hold your cool, and honestly, it felt like Ninja Nick was winning that entire time. Like, obviously Pato was making a little bit of a comeback towards the end right there, making it very scary, but there was a period where it was like, what, Pato was at 120, Ninja Nick was at 40 for a while, and sure, Ninja Nick struggled to close it out, but anyone's gonna fight hard on their last stock. Great stuff overall by Ninja Nick. Keeps Long Island in this, keeps them on this very, you gotta remember they're on match point, and a very real opportunity to win it here and now without going to that game 5.
And now the interesting thing here for Iona, they do get the chance to counterpick. And assuming my guy is the anchor here, you got to be thinking in the long term, right? Because of how even these sets have been, who ends up going up in that final round here? The only other player that's really gone up against my guy has been Enrique the Pigeon. So I'd imagine it's going to be Lost sent in here for set number 2, even though maybe Mario could get some stuff done against Little Mac potentially, but I think they're leaning that way. At least that's the way they've gone. And Iona, again, Enrique the Pigeon is a newer member. I believe he's a freshman on the Gales, and they have just said out of the frying pan into the fire with him, made him, many times the anchor of the squad. So curious to see if that's the way they lean here, or maybe they send in Lofts. Lofts has gone a couple different characters as well. The Mario has been the tried and true. When we spoke to him last week, that has been the consistent character this season. So I don't expect any switch ups. We saw that little bit of character change from Pato in set number 2, but I think Iona, they've got an interesting dilemma on their hands now.
That they do. I feel like Lofts. I feel like you've put your faith in Enrique right now. You were talking about how, Enrique's a young player, but they've made him the anchor many times, and he's held that up. But moreover, I feel like Lofts has that explosive play style, but it's kind of all or nothing, throw it all on the table. And I don't really want to be seeing that right now as the anchor. And that may seem counterintuitive, but we're going to see it as the anchor anyway, because Enrique is coming out in this second spot. 3v3 with Ninja Nick.
This is interesting too, and I think the gamble here is, okay, Lofts hasn't had the chance to anchor yet, but Enrique the Pigeon, you have that ability to, if you win neutral just a handful of times, you take stocks off the board very quickly, and Ninja Nick has not had the big performance yet, so you have that kind of explosive factor here for the side of Iona. Maybe they can find a way through, but you called this out, I think, at the beginning of this series. Terry into PT is not an easy matchup for Enrique.
It's really not. You got to deal with Razor Leaf. You got to deal with the fact that Squirtle's going to get under you, and moreover than that, up smash out of shield. It's the fastest option you're going to be seeing for an up smash. You're going to have to space your aerials very carefully. Got to be careful with your cross-ups, because most cross-ups, I'm not even sure that Burning Knuckle crossing up the shield is safe. You got to be there's so many little details that you have to be constantly remembering as the forms come and go, like the seasons, and you got to be ready for all of them, because Ninja Nick is certainly going to abuse all of them to win the game.
And Ninja Nick has gotten better and better as the day has gone on. Started off the day with 2 SDs on the Charizard recovery, and ever since then, like you said, it has been fighting tooth and nail to make sure that every stock Iona gets, they have to really bleed for it. And so we'll have to see how this one paces out. They're going through picks and bans at the moment. Let's see if the stage selection is taking them. Looks like Town gets picked or banned away here by Lofts. So interesting to see where we go. I think, it is, like you said, this feels a little bit off from what we've seen from Iona, but a mix-up is kind of what this team does sometimes. And so we'll see where this match paces out. Dead even, 3 apiece. What do you even say at this point, right? Because they are just so nail-bitingly close.
This is Ninja Nick's game to lose right here. You got the momentum from beating Pato, but now Enrique is coming in with the weight of Iona on their back. Iona wins this or they're out. You got to remember that. And obviously, sure, you got Lofts in your back pocket, but you don't want to make them work that hard for it. You got to give Lofts the best advantage they can, knowing that what else is in the back pocket but my guy. You got to be ready for the clutch Little Mac at the end of the day. So here on Town and City, where Terry can kill early, this is where you got to be very scared.
Town and City. The Squirtle putting in the work here early. Lots of damage onto the Terry. Remember, it just means you're getting to that go factor very early. Enrique, this is one of the few matchups that we really haven't seen that much of today between Ninja Nick and Enrique. I think the first time they met, it was one of those 1 stock to 3 stock type of scenarios where really couldn't do much either way. Good down B will knock the Ivysaur away for a moment. Another one will send them off to the side. And just like that, it's about even in terms of percentage here. 99 to 100. Grab down throw. Won't get the chance to do the up air, but he won't be able to land either. Go comes offline, and it's first stock to Ninja Nick.
Okay, Enrique the Pigeon now gotta make this comeback somehow, but on Charizard, Jab Power Dunk's not gonna be the kill move you want it to be, but the Flame move is another big opening. I remember the last time we saw Enrique, there were a lot of uncharacteristic drops at very unopportune moments. You can't be having that happening. Not here, not now. You get a down tilt, you gotta convert. It can't be like that. But at 200, I don't really blame you because, well, you don't usually combo at that percent.
Not very frequently. Either way, you will find the stock thanks to a dash attack, but still, it was a lot to take off that stock. So 56, make that 65 right now onto Enrique, and he cannot land. He's able to get around for the moment thanks to the spot dodge. Nair won't land either. Switch to Charizard here. Something Ninja Nick has done pretty well as the day has gone on is using the Charizard neutral B to really stuff out approaches and get a ton of percent online. And now the Ivysaur starting to put in the work. Nearly killed Enrique the Pigeon off the top, but now by the ledge, go online. What's the game plan here? The forward air will knock Enrique the Pigeon away. Low recovery, and he's able to fight through that fire and make it back to the stage. Maybe a chance here. Multiple spot dodges galore, and eventually the wings will catch. It's the up smash to kill, and Enrique the Pigeon is on their last stock.
Going in for some shield damage, but it's not enough. Ninja Nick weathered the storm. Still, they're trading back and forth. What are you looking for here? Just jab, power dunk again. Yeah, sure, it's consistent, but Terra can get so much more off of these jabs. And yet, I don't blame Enrique for going for it when a lot of your stuff just isn't connecting. Ninja Nick is DIing out of so much of it. Back air after back air. Enrique the Pigeon goes all the way up, but they slam Ninja Nick back down for daring to try and edge guard.
That was close, and just a burst through. That's the side B of Enrique the Pigeon taking that stock off the board, and all of a sudden, it's one stock apiece here, and Go about to come online for Enrique. 0% though on Ninja Nick, and he has not been able to land. This has been so clean here from Ninja Nick, but they will be able to snap to the ledge. A chance here, but they get up aired instead at 130. Can they land once more? Razor Leaf gets parried. They're opening in. Power Geyser, all that damage, 53. Oh, but they risked it all, and that's a down smash. Self hitbox, but the spike will come through. Ninja Nick shuts down Enrique, and Long Island are back in the lead.
Ninja Nick has taken 4 stocks right now, and they still got another one to go up against Lofts. This is exactly what you need to see. LIU on the precipice right now, and yet, it's not even that uneven of a game. There's still a lot of opportunities to bring this back, and I think we're going to see a lot of them here if Ninja Nick is able to take a stock. I think my guy might be able to close it out, but even so, I'm scared. I'm scared, so I really am. This is where it all comes down to the wire. Lofts has shown this potential to clutch out in the past, has shown this amazing ability to pull wins out of nowhere. Can you find that magic now? Can you? Because otherwise, LIU is just going to slowly strangle this team to death.
And what's interesting, too, is Lofts on the Mario. It's a matchup Long Island are very familiar with. Practicing against each other, they're going to play against DS Mario main very frequently. But Lofts, a little different. So do they account for those variations in playstyle here and potentially close this thing up? Lofts has to find a way to take this stock off of Ninja Nick, and they do not want to give up any in the process. Want to give yourself the best chance at that anchor for LIU. But Ninja Nick playing exceptionally well this series. I mean, massive performance to shut down Pato, to shut down Enrique the Pigeon, and potentially cut into the final member of Iona. That is a big performance, and I flash back to what we said about Iona in the previous series, right? It took a pop-off performance from all 3 members for them at different points throughout that series to beat Penn State Bayerend. Now we're starting to see that from Long Island. DS Mario Main has had his moments. My guy has had his moments. Now it's time for Ninja Nick to step up to the plate, and so far, he's taken down 4 out of 9 stocks in this potential final crew battle.
What a series we have been given. I mean, we got to remind you of the stakes. If you go to top 2 of the Elite Division, you're in Super Elite next year. You're with the big boys. Both of these teams are on the very edge of maybe, just maybe, stepping up to the #1 Elite. That's where Fisher is. That's where Delaware is. That's where those big, heavy hitters are. But you got to earn your way there. And right now, it's LIU with the stronger case, but Lofts might have something to say about it. One more objection. Can you find it right here? Can you get this clutch play back to the dark Wizzy colors? This is where Lofts has worked their magic before. Can they make it happen?
No more stars and stripes. This is a battle-tested Mario stepping into the ring on Hollow Bastion. We've seen this a couple times picked from Lofts in the past. Ninja Nick, what can they do? 3-1. Can they cut into this Iona lead, or will Lofts tie the game up? We are underway here, and now the opener goes in favor of Ninja Nick for the moment. Immediate upbeat to stuff out any follow-up, but it means that maybe Ninja Nick can get something of their own. Doesn't get the grab, though. Tilts will throw out, but not getting too much off the back of it. And they'll both kind of pause here as a little bit of a laggy connection took place, so we'll try and stall it out for just a moment. But still, the pressure is on for both these players.
Yeah, a bit of a stare down as we figure out what could maybe be causing this connection issue. We good? We vibing? We surviving? It looks like we might be. They're moving, they're schmoving. Not the best conditions, but it's not the worst. Rain or shine, lag or none. It looks like they might want to play it out. Or not.
We'll get an official ruling on that momentarily. They're working that out now. Sometimes it is the nature of the online format. Sometimes, connection can get in the way. Things like an eclipse, maybe. But in this case, we'll see what the ruling is as 25-40 in terms of percent, and you can feel, I think, in the first couple seconds of the match before this kind of pause, the tension between the two, right? You feel that pressure. They both want this grand finals so badly because, again, it means so much for them, right? You talked about the stakes of not only getting to grand finals, but having your chance at that top 8, at the big guns of Delaware and Fisher and all those other teams. So we are getting the official word now that we are going to reset on Hollow Bastion. Dead even, zeros apiece, 1 stock to 3 stocks. So we'll get that all sorted out and quickly rebound. But I think, again, both teams at this point, they've played for about 2 hours now, maybe a little bit more considering warm-ups for both of them. To get to this level, the stamina has to play a factor.
It really does, because we talked about how every single person occasionally gets their clutch moment. Well, now you kind of got to see, okay, if everyone gets their clutch moment, we've been through 3 games already. Can you make it to the 4th? Can you make it through the 4th to the 5th? Can you find this momentum out of nowhere? I mean, Lofts is playing like they want to earn it. See if they can get that done here. We're back on Hollow Bastion. It's going to be a reset. Ninja Nick down to 1 stock, and then we'll see where we go.
Testing out the connection one more time while they drop the stocks off the board. Didn't mean to tether there, but it'll end up dropping it anyway, so here we go. 3-1. Ninja Nick trying to build this lead for the LIU Sharks, and Iona trying to tie things back up with Lofts, the final member of Iona. And remember, like you said, this is their last player. They cannot afford to drop another set. Lofts needs all 4 stocks of LIU, but right now he's got to deal with the Squirtle, and it's doing too much damage here. So many aerials. Side B racking on the damage as well. Lofts is forced to the corner.
Oh, drops below ledge. Ivysaur going to be put on some pressure, but again, up B out of shield. It's one of the best tools in the game for stuffing people out. Still though, Ninja Nick holds on to this percentage lead, looking for a pop-up with the Razor Leaf. They get the up air, but it's not gonna kill yet, so they go straight over to the Charizard. Not messing around at all. That means if Lofts makes one...
Yeah, there you can see a little bit. We're not in slow-mo. It's the lag is still very much so in play, so we'll see what we can do about this one, as Lofts is just going to run off his 3 stocks and see what we can do about that connection issue. But unfortunate that the the internet has decided to take place right at a very pivotal moment of the series, but nature of the format.
All right, so we're going to see what their solution is going to be. We might actually possibly go for a quick break because it looks like we're going to do a full reset on the lobby. Need to make sure we have the most premium conditions to play this out. So, everybody, looks like we're going to go for a little break, and when we come back, we could be seeing the thrilling conclusion of this set. So don't go anywhere. Esports U will be right back.
Welcome back to the ECAC semifinals for SSBU. Our scoreline through three sets of play, excuse me. Wow, all over the place. 2-1 LIU lead Iona. They are also up here in set number 4 back from our technical break. A 4-3 stock lead, 1 stock remaining on the final 3 stocks remaining for Lofts, 1 stock remaining on Ninja Nick, the second member of the LIU Sharks. We are getting back into the swing of things. Back to Hollow Bashing we go. They've done their internet tests. Everything seems good. Cross your fingers one more time, and we are back into the action.
Yeah, this is. I understand them wanting to reset and be in the best possible conditions because it's high stakes for both of them. If Lofts doesn't clutch it out, I mean, that's Iona done. They're out of the playoffs, they're out of the finals, that's it. Meanwhile, LIU doesn't close this out, then they have to play through a game 5 when you barely got through Pato. You had to throw everything at the kitchen sink to get through Pato, and now we're seeing a little bit of a comeback. Off's putting on some pressure, but still, this is not the worst at all, but catches the transformation. Ninja Nick has been caught out in unoptimal transformations quite a few times, and Lofts is starting to stack up the percent. It's looking like an even 3 stock to 3 stock to end it. My guy, the entire weight of the world falls on his shoulders because Lofts came to play.
Forward air spike seals away the second member. Ninja Nick goes down, nowhere to run to, which means that my guy, his hand is forced. He has to step into the ring on even footing here in set number 4. What a series this has been, and now we get to see a matchup that we really haven't seen today. My guy versus Lofts, the Mario versus the Little Mac. Now, a matchup that Long Island, again, should be a little familiar with. DS Mario main on the team, probably practice with each other a decent amount. They should be aware of what Mario can do to Little Mac. But on the other hand here, Lofts is a different Little Mac than DS Mario main. So are they aware? Are they ready to adapt and change? Because my guy did get shut down, but it was by Pato's Joker instead of Lofts' Mario.
What I'm looking to see, what was shutting down Lofts the most was looking out for those fireball approaches, catching them with your shield, and then immediately counter hitting. That's where Little Mac thrives. You shield a fireball, you immediately up smash out a shield. I feel like that is the play right there, 100%. Because if you're not doing that, then, well, that could be game. I feel like, in theory, Mario wins this matchup, but weirdly enough, this is a matchup I've played a lot on the Mario side. It's very easy to win the entire game and then lose the game.
And that's something that my guy has thrived in, right? Situations like this, being the anchor, being the man who has to step up to get LIU over the finish line in this last spot here. The question is, can he take these 3 stocks? Like you said, LIU, they win this even-footed game. They take down Lofts, and they are on to the grand finals where they will await the winner of Delaware and Illinois Wesleyan. Here we go, 3v3, Mario versus Little Mac. On the 4th set, do we have more SSBU in us, or will Small Battlefield be our final stage?
Or will this be our game? We're seeing. It looks like the connection has been established, and my guy is looking to go in there and start throwing punches immediately. You can't be trying to counter hit Little Mac. It's not going to go your way.
Trading back and forth. Couple nairs, couple jabs thrown out as well. Roll behind. Good down tilt into an up air. Stringing together some hits. KO Punch will come online very soon, but Little Mac has up tilts of his own. Now KO Punch is here. Goes for the forward smash, trying to catch an air dodge in. Doesn't find it this time around. KO Punch. Does he pull the trigger? Yes, he does. Lost getting a little greedy. I think he went for a spot dodge or a down smash there, and either way gets called out. Flood not going to be pushing away that counter, so using the multi-hit to try and rack up the damage and get a follow-up. Does not get it this time around. Lofts finds a backer, but armored through there by the forward tilt or forward smash. So my guy continues to stay alive, but only for a moment. Up smash will kill, and it's back to a tie game in terms of the stocks, but his percent starting to trend in my guy's favor.
Lofts going in clutch, gets forward smash though, and now Lofts has to find a way back out. Down air, that's been the classic opener, and at low percents, I understand it's such a good option, but now my guy has to recover. Forced into using the side B early. Oh, they're playing it out even despite this connection. And now that double jab, Lofts has to recover somehow. Where are you going to find it? How's it going to come? But you don't get that 2-frame. Okay. A little bit of a pause as you wait for it, but my guys just wanted to play through it, fighting through this connection. They want blood.
A lot of these players are Wi-Fi warriors. They know this connection. They gotta fight through it here if they want to make it to Grands. KO Punch online. I like the mix-up by Lofts by the ledge as well, right? They've done it a couple times up being back, but the roll through and down smash will catch my guy. So down goes the Little Mac to their last stock here. And now it's up to my guy to make a play. Lofts is attacking on the damage. Forward tilts are starting to win out. No tech as well. Counter doesn't land. Up B will snap to the ledge, but he's getting the Little Mac off stage. The counter, but he doesn't actually get the hitbox. He will be able to make it back to the stage, but the damage is on the line, and the lag is gone. The speed is there, and the up smash is as well. And my guy has tied up the game once more, but he's knocked off stage immediately. Flood as well. Cape, and that's going to be it. Lofts with another one, and Iona is not done yet. We will go to set 5.
Down to the wire. I was not expecting this, going down 2-0, but we called it. Like, we knew that it was going to go that way. I mean, we talked about it. Both these teams, when they go down, they do not stay down. They come back. They bring it to the final wire. But I was thinking it was a game. With how this started, I was thinking it was just going to be a game. But all of a sudden, here's Iona swinging. Iona putting names on watch. And this is looking very dangerous because you had to throw DS Mario main into a scrap with Pato to even get this far. DS Mario main as your anchor was how you got through the initial stages. So where do you go from here? How do you do it? That remains to be seen as they are making this happen.
Yeah, they're going through their selection now of who to send in here for the 5th and final series in this best of 5. Who will be the leads? We've seen a couple different variations, especially from Iona. A lot of mix-ups. Pato has started the most, but on the other hand, my guy has started the most for the side of LIU. So we'll see if the Sharks end up changing things around here. They started with DS Mario main. The one man who has not led for Long Island is Ninja Nick. Always consistently in that second spot here. And I wonder if that changes again. You mentioned it a little bit, I think around set number 3 or 4, like, feels like a pretty safe blind pick for the side of Long Island to go with in this type of series. And on the flip side, feels like Iona has really the option to go anywhere. Feels like they've led with just about everybody or could lead with just about anybody. But this is such a close series. And again, who will be the star of the show is what we are wondering here, because so many players have had their moment this series.
They really have. And here and now, I gotta wonder. They're discussing the lag a little bit, so I'm thinking we might be doing a little bit more lag testing before we get into this. So I think we might go to a break in between here. Give both players a chance to settle. A time to really make sure you're okay with the connection you're playing on, or at least be as okay with it as you can be. It's Nintendo. It's going to happen occasionally. So we will be right back. It's Game 5 coming up after this break. Esports U will return.
Thank you for your patience. We are getting back into the match. This is actually the ending of set number 4 here. We've decided to redo things because of the lag interference. So here we go. Again, 2-1 scoreline here. And if Lofts drops this game, then we will not have a game 5. LIU will be on to the grand finals. So all the pressure in the world on this Mario.
And with that down smash, it looks like Lofts is on that way to the game 5, fighting through the side B to get that punish. And now, here we go, falls down with the down air. Can you get more than that? Goes down with the nair, but you can't try to counter hit against Little Mac. No siree, as Lofts goes down with the fireball again, but they're dancing high, they're dancing above the platform, knowing that my guy doesn't have a lot of burst options to attack them, but landing on top of Little Mac, not a good idea.
Not a good idea at all, and now back to a relatively even game. It was very even towards the end of that previous set, but at the end of the day, this is still scary. KO punch online, and he goes for it immediately. He normally holds on to it, but the back air actually caused him to kind of shift through, and the neutral B does not land. So here we go. Lofts now up to 95. In the lead is my guy, holding stage control for now, playing around this platform. Spot dodge though, down smash was key for Lofts in that previous series, but now has he found a way to get around it? Another up B out of shield will get damage onto the Little Mac, but not too much here. My guy runs up smashes, and that's the end of Lofts' second stock.
Oh, and you just can't be feeling good. Lofts going for the edge guard, but doesn't get the jump with the cape, and that means my guy is still out here swinging. They do have the KO punch online, and I wouldn't be shocked to see it off the ledge, but not like that. The up smash, it's 0-0, 1 stock to 1 stock. It's as close as it can get, Soy.
1 stock apiece, and 1 stock separates LIU from a grand finals trip here in this best of 5 series. 1 stock also separates us from set number 5, which we seemed destined for not too long ago, and Lofts is already up to 73%, but he's knocked the Little Mac off stage, and he caught them with the grab as well. KO punch now online here, another side B, he's made it back, he's able to touch the ground, and he's able to get the punch off, and my guy will clutch up in game 5. The Sharks are headed to grand finals!
Oh my gosh. It took a lot. It took a lot, Soy. It took adaptation, it took bravery, it took some referee rulings, it took all sorts of stuff in the back end and the front end and the side end and the other side end. Every single... We went the distance in spirit with this set, but with a 3-1 victory, LIU, not only are they going to the grand finals, they are going to the super elite division after this.
Congratulations to LIU for their efforts, and I'm going to harken back to something I said kind of early on in this series, and you touched on it a little bit as well. For Iona to get here, it felt like every player had to step up at a different point in time, and LIU, that was their story here. My guy has to clutch up in the final moments, and he's able to do so against Lofts, who have been playing with a fire under their feet this series. Also, DS Mario made big performances as the anchor throughout the vast majority of this series, and when they needed him most, Ninja Nick, 4 stocks in this 4th set. What a performance from the PT to help close out this series. The Sharks advance. They will play Delaware, the Academy team, in the other grand finals. That one also went to 5 series and last stock, last hit. So what a tightly compact elite series this has been.
But for now, we've all been here late. It's time to wrap up Smash for the day, but you gotta remember, it's Esports U. There's always more esports right around the corner. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it's the Valorant Semifinals for ECAC. Bruton Parker College taking on Farmingdale State College with Sam Talks and Zobi. But for now, I've been Keela Miles. This has been Soy. Hope you all have a wonderful night. Take it easy out there.